What's up, guys? I'm back with another movie review. Today I've got another one from Scream Factory. It's part of their Universal Horror Collection Volume 2, and today I'll be talking about Murders in the Zoo. Murders in the Zoo follows Lionel Atwill, who plays a big game hunter, but he doesn't hunt to kill, he hunts to collect. He goes to all these different, far-reaching areas, tracks down these rare and exotic animals, and then brings them back to different zoos to be showcased and, researched, whatnot. He takes his wife with him on all these safaris, and not just to spend quality time with her, but because he's extremely possessive and protective of her, doesn't like anybody even talking to her, let alone flirting with her, or, sharing affections with her, if it were. In fact, when we first meet him at the beginning of the movie, he's sewing a man's lips together and leaving him for dead in the wild, which is pretty crazy for a movie from the early 30s, but pre-code is wild, so I'm not surprised. They come back to America. His wife is desperately wanting to break away from him because he is such a violent person, but at the same time, she knows that if she, does anything to make him mad, that even though he is, obviously so possessive of her, that he will go completely off the deep end, kill her, kill anybody that she talks to. So it's a very precarious situation. And that's essentially the story of the movie, is that this guy just cannot stop killing people, and hence that's why the murders are taking place in a zoo. Now, what I like about this movie, and I think it's easily the best movie in this 4-movie collection, but I also just think it's a really cool movie, period. I think it's just a lot of fun. Despite the fact that it's a pre-code movie, and a lot of people, if you're not familiar with pre-code, you might think, oh, early 30s, how crazy are the kills going to be? But they're actually pretty interesting stuff. They're not overly graphic, but they're definitely creative and interesting. Atwill actually uses the animals of the zoo to do his bidding for him, which is really cool, leads to some really interesting scenes, and gives this movie something that not a lot of horror movies, period, have, but especially from this era, it really helps it stand out. My personal favorite scene is one late in the movie where there's a reveal of a certain animal, and the way that it's shot with the shadows and the contrast is just really cool. But I think overall, all the different animal kills are really interesting. It's got some weird twists to it. It's got some really, colorful performances, I guess you would say. They're kind of melodramatic, a little bit dialed up, but they're fun. It's got some good tension. It's got some good atmosphere. Here's something that I really like about a lot of these pre-code movies is it runs 63 minutes, which you might think, well, it's going to be super rushed or whatnot, but it's not. They tell a complete story. It's really well told. It's not hurried. It's not rushed. It's just in and out, no filler, no extraneous stuff. It's just right down to brass tacks, and I think it works really well. And I really liked Murders in the Zoo. I thought it was really cool. The Scream Factory release, like I said, is part of Universal Horror Collection 2, which you also get Strange Case of Dr. RX, The Mad Ghoul, and The Mad Doctor of Market Street. I'll review those at some point in the future. This movie looks good. It doesn't look, fantastic or eye-popping or whatnot. It's from the early 30s. What is it? 33. It's got some damage to the print, but it looks good. It looks much better than I expected, and I don't think anybody will have a problem with the way that it looks. I mean, I think it looks good. It doesn't look fantastic, but it looks good. Extras-wise, there's a film historian commentary track, which I'm not a big fan of film historian commentary tracks. I feel like they're very dry. They're very off. I'm interested in first-hand stories from the shoots, or first-hand information about the movie, or just information about this movie. And a lot of times these film historian tracks just give general information about the actors or the directors. And I mean, that's fine, but to me that's something that should be in a booklet or a book, rather than making you sit for 90 minutes to hear filmography, or in this case 63 minutes to hear filmographies. And then there's also some still photos, so it's a good release. The price is kind of high on this set, so if you're interested, look for a sale or whatever. But Murders in the Zoo is definitely worth checking out. I really liked it. So that's my review. If you want to read the full review of Murders in the Zoo, and as well as the entire thing, I reviewed all 4 of the movies at markfusion.com, as well as thousands, literally thousands of other movie reviews can be read there. You can also find a bunch of other movie reviews right here in my YouTube playlist. If you want to drop me a sub, if you really like the videos, I greatly appreciate that. That helps me, grow the channel, get more, stuff going on. I don't know. I'm running out of gas in this video. But anyway, I appreciate you watching it. If you want to go that extra mile, you can go to my site, use my Amazon links. That would greatly help me. I'll use all that to buy more movies to review. So thank you so much for checking out this video. I do greatly appreciate it. Hopefully I'll see you guys soon.